Honor Not Valley Sports. Kevin, just with just so many guys in and out, it seems like it's hard for you guys to keep the pace for 4 quarters. Is that fair to ask? And how do you kind of find the pace where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's there's parity through the league. It's pretty balanced with guys out. We've seen that in a number of the games that we've played, and typically we've taken advantage, and then we got hit with having a number of guys just working their way back. Jay being back for the first time tonight, just getting his win. A number of guys going through the same thing, but just getting back to our identity. I mean, coach said after the game, we got to get back to that defensive mindset and then build out from there. And if we do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win every single game. But we just got to sustain for 48 minutes. That's, we're more than capable. We have the talent. We have the personnel to be able to do that. But we just have to get back to our winning ways and turn the page. And, hopefully, I'm not a big New Year's guy myself, but hopefully we can turn the page and, get a win on Sunday.
Jay, just what was it like coming back from what you dealt with and going against a guy like Capella right off the shoot? How difficult was that?
It's definitely difficult. I mean, just look at his rebounds. It just tells the whole story of how well he played tonight. But for me personally, it felt good getting out. The first couple of minutes came in a little slow. Just trying to get my body back and just feel how the pace of the game. And then towards the end, I give credit to K Love. He was pushing me to be the best that I can, and I started getting back into it.
Counselor, the Athletic, Jarrett, going off of that, what was this 10-day stretch like for you, and how did you just work through it and try to get back into conditioning, I guess, when you were able to?
I mean, when I couldn't do anything, I'm a homebody. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed just stepping away for a little bit, but when it was time that I could finally step in the gym, finally time to get back into basketball shape, I was ready to go. I was ready to see the team again. I was ready to go out there and play for them again.
And then Kevin, kind of going off of Jerry's question, but JB said, you guys build a lot of your identity on competing, and that's who you guys are. But he didn't see that in the third quarter. Do you think it's like a concern that there are moments where there is a lapse in that competitive nature that you guys hold, and how do you, I guess, combat that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing we have to do is identify it and grow from it. Like I said, we're down guys. We're obviously more than capable, and I think there's definitely for myself and a lot of guys an emotional hangover from losing Ricky. I mean, that's definitely just going to be there. It was amazing seeing him at the game tonight. He just brings so much life to us, even outside of the floor. I mean, we love Ricky, but again, we have to, like I say, turn the page on that because we want him to be part of this long term. But he has to get healthy, and we got to turn the page on that, knowing we're going to miss him for the rest of the year. So I think getting DG back, hopefully Jetty will be able to play on Sunday, and then getting Rondo. I think naturally we're a better team when we're whole, and a lot of teams could say that, but we have a great thing about celebrating our different guys, and we got one all-star back. We're missing another, so we need to definitely get those guys playing downhill together. Having those guys pick and roll, and it just opens up so much for everybody else. So I think that return to play, getting guys back, getting their wind and legs back underneath them is going to help us a lot. But definitely an onus on that third quarter for us is huge. We just can't give up 30 points, but we know that, and we just have to get better and get back to who we are.
And then you had 35 points yourself tonight. And obviously with Ricky now out for the season, do you feel like any more responsibility on the veteran side because now you are one of the
second oldest now? How about that? Another guy's gonna have to throw his cane to the side.
But I guess, I don't know, do you feel any more responsibility on the court, off the court, and to step up and sort of, now that Ricky isn't there, to fill that a little bit?
For sure. Definitely some more responsibility because I like to have fun. I talk a lot. Sometimes I don't shut up. This guy, I'll tell you. But definitely when it's time to work, I try to bring that veteran leadership because I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and still want to grow myself. But just having Ricky's presence out there and just he has that quiet confidence and demeanor and leadership about him that's going to be very much. I mean, he's going to be missed. But definitely having Rondo, who has a championship pedigree, coming in here will, I think, really help us and elevate our locker room and elevate our style of play. But definitely, myself and him and Ed included will definitely have to help pick these guys up. But the luxury we have is everybody. It doesn't matter how many years they put into this league or the youth that they have or any of that. They're definitely highly motivated. So and have willingness to grow and adapt, get better. And again, I think 22 will be, very good for us.
And then Jarrett, sorry, in the first half, you guys had 38 of your 56 points in the paint. And a lot of that obviously comes from the bigs. But so you being back and kind of getting back into a flow with Evan and the other bigs. And that's how it's such a big part of the success you guys have. How helpful is that you kind of just can't jump back into it and there is automatically that connection that you guys have?
I think it's huge. It could have easily gone downhill with me coming back in. It could have easily just thrown a wrench in the whole machine and just everything just went downhill. But we meshed together. We were all willing to sacrifice for each other. And I think that's a big part of why I was able to come back. Nobody was trying to take over the game. Nobody was trying to be the hero. We wanted to play together. And I think that's why I came in and was able to do my thing so easily.
Pass to Joe and then John. So Kevin, you mentioned the rookie hangover, and now you as a leader, how important is momentum at this point of the season right here, especially knowing you guys going out west coming up? And just kind of keep this flow going, the builds early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely grown and shown what we're capable of early in the season, but then just naturally our progression and just knowing that in life, but definitely in sports, fortune and momentum can change on the drop of a dime. So we got to get back to our winning ways and understand that, we played 2 home games and then went on that West Coast road trip. That was not easy. But we can kind of hang our hats on that and say, look at the success that we had. And, we need to, bottle up whatever it is that we have and still have here and take that onto the road. But I think we have 2 more games before that we can get back to definitely being who we are and that identity that we formed. It's not easy to get that, especially, so fast and with a young team, but we have the high character, high quality individuals that are willing to take that step. So I think that's all going to come. We just need to be whole and, we need to continue to just keep doing the right things. It's coming for us.
And then you as a leader, you have to kind of keep guys heads up a little bit.
Sure. But I think our locker room is great. Nothing is going to mess with that. And we won't allow anything to mess with that. We have a great locker room, guys that celebrate each other, learn from mistakes. I mean, mistakes are going to be made, but, we're able to learn from that, to grow. And, even this tonight with Jay sitting next to me and trying to think Lamar and Dylan and Jetty and Derek, like Evan, everybody coming back from being out and everybody says that return to play, but just getting their legs and wind back. I think all of that is going to help. But like Jay said, him coming back and being that next big in there and just being so dominant for us that's major for us. But he still got to get his win back. And I subbed in for us. He kind of gave me that look like I hate you, but I said, hey, listen, you're coming right back in. Don't worry about it. But I think it's all going to move back in the right direction. We're confident of that, but we just this is the way of the NBA. It comes at you fast. It's it's cyclical. It goes up and down, but again, we're going to get back to our winning ways and who we are.
Last one, John.
Kevin, just kind of piggybacking on that, by the way, John Rutter, 92 through the fan, that sequence where JA came in to kind of spell you, those nights where you're just feeling it like you are tonight, how do you continue to ride, the hot streak that you're on right now and to continue, especially now with so many guys out?
Just, just continue to stay humble and work. I think one of the things that we do here is that everybody comes to work, is excited to, get out there and there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you guys, might not see, but we all work here. We put in a ton of work. There's a ton of effort, and a lot of that might be film. A lot of that might be in the weight room. A lot of that might be just, us, having nicks and pains throughout the course of the season that we need to take care of. But we're all professionals here, and we understand that chasing the game will, provide us with, a lot on the other side of that. So, it's definitely not just me. It's everybody. Everybody comes to work and puts in the time. So I think long term, that's going to provide a lot for us.
And then does it make it any easier to swallow knowing that you're still this close to a team like the Hawks, missing such key guys?
No, I think, it definitely makes it tougher knowing that, obviously, like I said, we're missing guys, but that's pretty much everybody. It's just that third quarter was tough, but it's all of us. It's getting back to that defensive mindset and, allowing us to get stops and get out on the other end. I think it's, it's tough for teams to guard us in transition with so many weapons and being able to play so many ways and being dynamic on that side of the ball if we get stops.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Have a drink. Yeah.
We didn't continue to do the things that we did to start with where we had success. And, for whatever reason, we've got to continue our identity, and I think that's the biggest challenge through pieces moving in and out. We're a defensive team first. We are a team based on competition and selflessness, and that has to be all the time. And, I thought in that third quarter, that's not who we were. I thought we were complacent, because we had a lead. And understanding you're playing against a team, with guys who have been to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You've got winners over there, guys who compete at a high level. And, we let our guard down in that third quarter, and it came back to bite us.
Leading the effort from Goodwin, who just came in.
I thought he was really good. Again, he's in a difficult situation. But I thought he did a great job. I thought he got us in offense. I thought he was attack minded. He was good defensively. I thought he did a really good job.
When you have a guy like Trae Young and they run all those pick and rolls, you get a quarrel and foul trouble. How much does that change? Does that change?
Well, of course it does. When the whistle blows the way the whistle blows and he draws the fouls that he's able to draw, guys aren't willing to get up and be as physical. So if they're allowed to set moving screens where your guys are hit, into him and then the fouls are called on him, like now guys are hesitant to guard. And again, his credit, he's a master at it. He's mastered within the rules how to create that contact. So, no disrespect there, but that's what, he does. And, when a guy picks up a couple of cheap ones, now you can't get into the ball. You can't send them where you want to send them. And you're really at his mercy.
Kelsey Rose of the Athletic, JB, that competition that you talked about, are you concerned that that's like something that we'll have to address, or do you think this is a situation just tonight, a situation?
No, I think it's who we are, and I believe that that's who our guys are to their core. I just feel like we had a lapse, and it was a 12-minute lapse. It wasn't like it was the entire game or what have you, but I thought we had a 12-minute lapse in our true identity, and that's something that we can't afford.
And that last play, was that how that was drawn up with Kevin taking that shot, or what worked out there?
No, we didn't execute it, but we were looking to get Kevin Love the ball on that play.
And then speaking of Kevin with 35 points tonight, again, I know we talked about it a little bit, but just that veteran presence on the floor and being able to have such an impact like he did to keep you guys in this game. What did you just see from him tonight?
I mean, he's a competitor. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we talk about now. I ran him a long burn to finish that. But, he was doing so much. It was hard to take him out of the game. Our offense was kind of going through him when we were kind of stagnant otherwise. But, like, he wants it, and he wants it bad, and he wants to do it with this group. So he was trying everything he could to help us.
John.
Hey, Coach, John Rutter, 92.3 The Fan. Just with regards to Brandon Goodwin, I know he came from the G League, but how exactly did you find him and identify him as an option to bring in, and what do you like about him?
Well, I actually had him in Memphis a few years back. So we had a relationship with him from there. But our front office does a phenomenal job of scouring the earth for talent and finding diamonds in the rough. So, they did all their homework and continued to search. And he became available. I think he got picked up, earlier by Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, but ended up going into the protocols. So we were able to get him. It was a couple of days out of the protocols, so we lucked up.
And then it seemed like you were able to have some success early on in the game, kind of working inside to outside. How were they able to limit that in the second half, and specifically there in that third quarter?
I mean, again, I thought we settled in that third quarter instead of punishing them. I think, they started to do things where they were sagging into the paint to take those passing angles away. And instead of driving and attacking, we settled for, bad shots from the perimeter. And again, we can't afford that. Our strength right now is in the interior. You look at, our three bigs, Kevin in that group, like those four guys, we've got to punish people in the paint right now. And I thought they did a good job of taking us out of that, and we took ourselves out of it. So,
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up.
thank you guys. Have a happy New Year.
Player, are we good? Two players. Together? Together. Thank you.